Hello Year 4, how are you today? I hope you're well. It's Miss Bellis here, and today in our maths learning we're going to be looking at drawing lines of symmetry. So we have a shape that looks a bit like a bow, and it asks, does this figure have lines of symmetry? What do you think? Holly asks, how many? Is there more than one? If so, how do you know? Perhaps you could cut out a paper shape like this and see how you can fold it. So Ravi drew the same line as on the in focus. We can see that this is a line of symmetry. As Ravi says, the two halves match up exactly, and we can see that if we folded it along this line, it would overlap. Lulu drew this line. Is this a line of symmetry? Did you try this one at home? Lulu says the top half is a reflection of the bottom half. The two halves are reflections of each other along the line of symmetry. And we can see that if we folded it along the line, the halves would match up exactly. A reflection is a good way of thinking about it. We could imagine a mirror here showing an exact reflection of the other half of the shape. Hannah drew this line. Why is this not a line of symmetry? What do you think? This is a bit like the rectangle from the last time. The shape has been split in two, but if you folded it on this line, it would not match up exactly. This half isn't a reflection of this half. Holly asks, how many lines of symmetry does this shape have? We know that Ravi found one and Lulu found another, but Hannah could not get a line of symmetry on the diagonal, so it has two lines of symmetry. Here's today's guided practice. In question 1, you have to find a line of symmetry in each of these figures. Where could we fold this shape so that both halves match exactly? In question 2, we have the word hexagon written in blocks. You have to work out which letters have one line of symmetry, which have two, which have more than two, and are there any letters that have no lines of symmetry at all? So here's the first part of today's worksheet. And in question 1, you need to draw the line of symmetry for each of these shapes. In question 2, you draw one line of symmetry in each figure. So the answers for these could be different. In question 3, you need to draw all the lines of symmetry for these shapes. How many can you find? And lastly, like in the guided practice, you need to look at the letters in the word mathematics and then answer these questions. So here are the answers for question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. So if you're not symmetried out by now, here is today's extra challenge. We have a line of symmetry here, and using these sides, you need to find how many different symmetrical shapes can you create. So here's the answers to the challenge. You might have found more or different shapes to these. So that's it for today. Do keep sending in your maths learning, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.